I am Roland Johns. I am Sim Racing.
I'm Wes Fuller, driver of number 35, stand up to Cancer Ford. I am Sim Racing.
Hi, I'm Cameron Peterson. I am Sim Racing.
What's going on? It's Rob Biotti from 4i Racing, driver number 44 Toyota Camry, and I am Sim Racing.
Hello, I am Christopher Hamilton, and I am Sim Racing.
Hi, I'm Eric Andrews. I am Sim Racing.
We are Sim Racing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Bullet Racing League Championship race. Tonight we are going to be at Kansas, and we're going to be doing 100 laps. Wow. I haven't broadcasted for Bandit/Bullet in a long time. Bill hit me up tonight saying, hey, you got an opening? And I said, yes, I do. Just had to get it past the, significant other, and I got approval for that. So, hooray, we have a broadcast tonight. So, a little last minute, but hey, I'm excited to see some racing. Honestly, I really like the Bandit/Bullet League. These guys have always had really clean races, other than him spinning around out there. But no, in all honesty, Bullet Racing League and some of the other guys in here, I remember we had a truck race. I think it was like 150 laps, and it was like, I want to say 100 laps green, like long green flag runs. And honestly, a testament to these guys. They do a good job out there. They're out here to have fun and to race hard against each other, and they'll lift when they need to, and then race hard to the last at the very end. So we're gonna have quite a good showing tonight. Quick shout out before we get into qualifying. Matt Crockett's mom, I believe, Paula. Hello, thank you for tuning in. And let's get over to some of the info. Just, 1 second, I gotta grab a printout. All right, so going through everything out here while these guys are doing qualifying. They have 5 minutes. We'll run through what's going on tonight and some stuff about the league. So, winners for the 2020 season of Bullet Racing. We have Daytona. That's going to be Sergeant Daniel Stein. Good to see him throw a win up there. Daytona. Then Phoenix was Richard Reagan Jr. Then Bristol was Carl Handwerk. Talladega was Jonathan Platt. Looks like Tim Hilbrands. I believe it's Tim or Tom. It's T. Hilbrands. I can't remember his first name. Sorry, Hill. Won the Charlotte Oval, and then Carl Handwerk won the Charlotte Roval. Looks like Kevin Foster won Michigan. Carl Handwerk won Kentucky. Ricky Hart Jr. won Pocono. Ooh, that's a tough race. And then Carl Handwerk won Rockingham. And Terry Condes won Iowa. Oh, the one-handed wonder throwing up a win. Way to go. Carl Handwerk won Gateway. Nick Nickerson won Watkins Glen. And then Carl Handwerk won Bristol Night Race. So we've had 9 different race winners, 8 drivers with a single win race, and 1 driver with 6 wins. That's going to be Carl Handwerk. That is our sum up for tonight's season. It's pretty cool. Bill sent that over to me. I'm kind of reading through it, and pretty dominating by Carl. I believe he has the championship technically locked up, but you know what? We're still going to race the championship race and put on a good show for you guys. So I'm excited to be out here. We have 3 minutes to go. Let me just make sure I got all the info for tonight so that you guys are up to date, because I'm getting myself up to date at the same time. All right. Yeah, that should be it. Yeah, that is it. So that's going to be our winners for this whole season. Quite a bit of races there. But I'm excited to see what people do tonight. Oh, Bill Harkins out on the track throwing out some qualifying time. Let's jump over to him. Running the Bandit Reloaded paint scheme number 11. Oh, and he's got me on the back bumper. Look at that. On the... yeah. Geezer Authentics. I don't see a scooter on there, Bill. Come on, man. You selling me short. Bill Harkins, owner of the league. Good guy. Definitely puts on a good league, so get ready to see some pretty awesome racing. All right. So let's go through qualifying a little bit. Drop down the second ticker. So, let me readjust my lineup. Oh, Tony Hillbrand. Sorry, Tony. Tony Hillbrand's with a 30.895. Ouch. Carl Handwerk with a 30.901. Nick Nickerson with a 30.929. Curtis Yancey with a 30.982. Kevin Foster with a 31.001. Garrett Hall with a 31.061. Terry Condas with a 30.195. Sorry, we were joking before the race. Connor Sawyer with a 31.238. Zach Hilleman with a 31.354. Matt Crockett with a 31.415. Willie Evernham with a 31.421. We have Robert Matthias with a Mathis, sorry, with a 31.515. We have Trey Ellis with a 31.544. James Healy with a 31.556. Waiting on Randy Post. Randy Post never really does qualifying. He just kind of throws a lap and then sits. It looks like Bill Harkins throwing a 31.772, but not finishing his qualifying. Looks like he wants to ride in the rear. Bennett Allen with a 33.441, but also wanting to finish in the rear. And then Ricky Hart Jr. also doing the same. So it looks like we have a total of 18 drivers out in the field, and this should be a good race at Kansas. Kansas is one of my favorite tracks, actually. You can thank the Core Racing Series and Kevin Foster for that. They always put on a We're Not in Kansas Anymore race, and honestly, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it, and they do a good job with that. And I've become a pretty big lover of Kansas in the sense of the track and how people have been able to handle it, and the type of driving that comes up from Kansas. It's got really good, really nice turns. You can definitely go in pretty hard and drive pretty aggressive with some drivers and not have to worry about getting into it too badly. So I think we're going to see some really good racing tonight. All right, let's run through the lineup. Check it out. All right, we'll take it from the top. Tony Hillbrand's in the Hillbrand's Custom Builders. Look at that beautiful blue and gray, or blue, gray, and black paint scheme, running the number 92. Ricky Hart in the Wonder Bread number 16. Yes, I like that paint scheme. Bennett Allen running the Lowe's number 88. Will Abraham in his classic Busch 91. And speaking of Busch, Willie, I got a Busch lined up after this beer with me right now, so gonna go crack that one open soon. Terry Condas in the number 32 Ford credit line. Looks like a Ford quality care and service. They'll help you out. Trey Ellis in the Freaky Fresh Jimmy John's number 4. Kevin Foster running this number 73 Sueño de Otso Tequila. Beautiful paint scheme, and I know he's running that number in remembrance of his father, so thoughts and prayers, and definitely hope he puts on a good race tonight, and I definitely think he will. Kevin is a huge fan of Kansas, and like I said, he in the Core Racing Series likes to run he sponsors the Kansas race, so definitely his home turf. We'll see what he can do. Nick Nickerson running in the number 85 white and black. And it looks like we have Robert Mathis in the number 29. I want to say that's H&M Motorsports. James Healy in the number 93 Haviline. Carl Handwerk running the Joker Graphics number 18. That is cool. I like it. Connor Sawyer running the Eagle Industries number 56. Curtis Yancey running the number 51, All-American Concrete Incorporated. Matt Crockett in the number 10. Look at that. He's got Carl's championship trophy on him. That's cool. Bill Harkins, once again, running the number 11 Bandit Reloaded paint scheme. And Zach Hillman also running the number 3 Bandit Reloaded paint scheme. All right, let's get out to the front of the line and get ready for some racing. All right, green flag is out, and we have 100 laps to go at Kansas. This is going to be awesome. Looks like the 92 leading the pack, the 85 right behind him, and the 18 on the outside. Kevin Foster up in the front, followed up to his outside. It's his number 51. Coming through turn 1 and 2. Looks like, oh, Nick Nickerson getting a little squirrely there. Looks like they went a little bit of 3 wide out of that corner, and then Nick had to recorrect himself. Good catch on that one. That was a close one to a pretty close mistake. Nick still having a hard time coming out of that corner. His back end keeps slipping on him. I wonder if something else is coming up and is a little more devious for him. All right, so Carl Handwerk has the lead right now. The number 18 followed up behind him is Tony Hilbrands, the number 92, and it looks like Curtis Yancey also getting ahead of him, the number 51, and 4th is going to be Nick Nickerson. 5th and 6th is going to be Kevin Foster and Terry Condas. Terry Condas looking to the inside to get around Kevin Foster, dropping across that front straight. And coming into turn 1 and 2, looks like he's going to go ahead and fall back just a little bit. Tony Hilbrands looking for, looks like he's just trying to get up behind Carl Handwerk. I don't know if he's going to set the pass. We have 100 laps to go. This is the beginnings of a long, long race. But the funny part is Kansas is short. It's fast, but it sticks really well. As you can see, these guys are flying through. Hilbrands getting to the inside of Carl Handwerk, coming out into the straight. Whoa. That looked like the number 91 or in front of him. I want to say that was maybe the 13. No, Connor Sawyer. Yeah, it was Connor Sawyer. He slid out pretty heavily. Let's go ahead and ride up with him right now. Connor Sawyer running in 8th place right now. 5 laps down. You can already see their back ends kicking out. These ARCA Menards, or these ARCA cars are pretty awesome. They drive a little loose, but they are very fast. All right, let's get back up to the front pack. Carl Handwerk still having a nice solid lead in front of Tony Hilbrands, but Tony is not letting him get away. Going to the second pack that's building up in the back, we have, looks like Curtis Yancey, the number 51, with Nick Nickerson, the number 85, right behind him. And then Kevin Foster trying to close that gap between those guys, but he's definitely got about 3 car lengths between them. And it looks like Terry Condas falling off quite a bit from Kevin Foster. I honestly don't know what's going on there, but definitely has fallen off quite a bit. Still within the ability to maybe scoop up draft, hopefully, but no, he's definitely fallen back quite a bit. And Tony Hilbrands going into the inside, passing around Carl Handwerk. Looks like Carl just came in too hot into that corner and just caught the wall. That is going to bite the big one right now. 3 people passing him. Carl Handwerk just got passed by Tony Hilbrands, Nick Nickerson, and Kevin Foster. Tony Hilbrand's trying to make a runaway with it right now. Leading the pack strong. Definitely building some difference. Looks like Carl Handwerk's back in the fight, but he has to get around Kevin Foster and then Nick Nickerson. And both Kevin Foster and Nick are veterans at this track. So definitely not going to be an easy task for Carl Handwerk at all. Carl sending it to the inside, getting around Kevin Foster. Kevin should drop down low and get that pass on Carl. Nope, looks like he's going to go ahead and let him by. Nice move by Carl there. Definitely putting a lot of pressure on his tires, but was able to get around and jump that spot. 11 laps down. And still running strong. Clean race by everyone out there. Riding along with the number 73, Kevin Foster, keeping it nice and tight. Carl Handwerk was able to get around him, but it looks like he's going to probably set up a rebuttal pretty soon. Looking at their time spread right now, Kevin Foster is running roughly two tenths slower than Carl Handwerk, 2 to 3 tenths, give or take some change. So he's within the pocket of catching up to him. Oh, sorry. He's 7 tenths slower. So. Oh, and Nick Nickerson dropping back. I wonder what's going on. I'm going to have to ask these guys what happened out there, because they're definitely either they're overheating and driving it too hard and they're having to drop back and cycle back in, or there's something else going out on the track. And the caution is out. Let's go ahead and bring in Nick Nickerson after we do our Critical Hit Bachelors replay. Still trying to find the location of the caution. Just give me a minute. I'm going to try and see if I can locate it. Don't see anyone really in a location to have an issue. Yep, I cannot find that caution. I apologize for that, but let's go ahead and bring in a driver and see what we can ask him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I pulled in Nick Nickerson into the booth. Hey, I noticed you dropped back and lost 3 spots there. Carl ended up doing the same thing a little earlier than you. What was going on with that?
Man, just getting into the turn one is turn 3 and 4 is a little bit difficult. Like, you really have to have the car kind of yawed out, and if not, it just kind of washes up, and you don't want to get on the brakes and lose too much momentum. So you're kind of hoping that you can ride it out, but sometimes you just kind of hit the wall, and once you hit the wall, man, like, you're stuck all the way around. Like, it's kind of annoying, but it is what it is, and hopefully I can try not to do that again.
Okay, I thought it was something maybe having to do with car temps and you guys having to lift a little bit because you guys are racing pretty hard. But if it's just
it's just sliding up into the wall.
That makes sense. Yeah, I did see Carl locked into the wall earlier, so don't do that. It's bad for you.
Yeah, I know. It's hard, man. I mean, running this line is just there's very small margin for error if you want to stay fast. I was trying to run down the leader there, and 100 laps is going to be a lot of laps doing that along the wall. So we'll see who can prevail at the end.
Yeah, but it's going by pretty fast. You guys are throwing some hot laps out there, so definitely a lot of fun. And good luck, man.
All right, man. Thank you.
You got it. All right, we are back. Once again, looks like a little bit of contact with the wall is going to be extremely detrimental, like it would in any situation, but definitely not the best for this situation. Lights are off, and then to answer your question, this is technically the Chevy Impalas on iRacing. So they go as the Arcas, or the Arca Menards, but just a type of oval car, but these are actually kind of fun to take on the road a little bit. If you do like the Daytona in-road course, they're pretty fun. All right, here we go. Pace car's off. Carl on the green flag. There we go. Nick Nickerson right behind him. Tony Hilbrands, and looks like the number 32 of Terry Conda sitting in 4th. The one-handed wonder. Terry Conda's putting down his beer and getting ready to race tonight. Nick Nickerson and Carl Handwerk with a nice, good lead up in front. Tony Hilbrandt's trying to reel him back in. Looks like Robert Mathis getting around Terry Condas. Terry looking a little loose there, watching his back end. He is definitely came out that corner pretty hot. Pile of 5 in the rear. Let's go check that out. Let's see if they are still racing together. It looks like they're spreading out just a tad bit. Number 13 coming down a little bit. And Zach Hillman able to get around the number 13. And looks like Willie Evernham also looking for that pass on the inside. Kevin Foster dropped himself back to racing in the back of the pack. Kevin Foster also one of those racers you want to keep an eye on. Even though he may be racing in the back of the pack, give him about 50, 60 laps. He's just waiting it out. All right, back to the front. Looks like Tony Hilbrand's able to separate the pack. Terry Condas was not able to hold on to him, but it looks like we might see a pass coming from Nick Nickerson and Carl Handwerk right now. Carl Handwerk running the champion paint on the back of his car. Nick, I think you need to give him a bump for that. That's definitely something you should push him around for. No, just kidding. These ARCA cars do not handle bumping very well, especially after some of the updates. So no contact, keep your distance, pass cleanly. If you give someone a push, you're definitely going to see them go spinning. So you want to work hard at keeping as clean as possible with these cars. Exceeding 190 miles an hour into the first corner. Up in front, Nick Nickerson, Carl Handwerk still going at it. Let's work down the line a little bit. Ooh, nice pass. Or coming up to a pass. The number 29, that's going to be Connor Sawyer. On the outside with him is Robert Mathis. Side by side around around turn 3 and 4. Nice run by both drivers. Can he keep it, though? Looks like Robert Mathis still staying on the inside, pushing Connor Sawyer to the outside. Sorry, I mixed up their numbers there. I don't know if that's the best paint, but definitely a good one, Josh. Okay, it looks like Robert Mathis not able to overtake Connor Sawyer there, so he had to drop back behind, but it looks like Trey Ellis is going to get an opportunity to get around him. Working our way back up the field. Still a little bit of a stalemate between Carl Hantwerk and Nick Nickerson. 200s, a little bit under 200 or 2/10 of difference between Nick and Carl. But looking at the time spread, I think Tony's slowly closing the gap. We are 3/4 of the way through the race, and the caution is out. Oh man, what happened? Ooh, all right, let's get over to that Critical Hit Bass Lures caution report and find out what exactly happened down the track. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Following up with the drivers. Looks like the number 16 just making contact with the outside of the wall. Oh, decides to meet it again. They're going to become best friends. Luckily, looks like not too much damage was taken from contact, but these guys do have one faster pair, so he might need to hit the pits and get that done. For anyone that's not familiar with the faster pair, it's pretty much like having a brand new car sitting in the pits for you. So they roll up the doors out of the garage, roll out a brand new one, and get it back out there. All right, and we are back live. That was a Critical Hit Bass Lures caution report. Thank you for sticking with me. I know sometimes it gets a little rough out there, but luckily, Ricky just made a little bit of contact with the wall, no one else, and should be out in the track. And looks like everyone is hitting the pits. That's going to give him an opportunity to stay on the lead lap, which is what he wants. So he'll be able to hit the pits, get some damage repaired, and stay on that lead lap. But looks like the number 51, Curtis Yancey, is also going to stay out. And I believe Willie Evernham working his way up too. Good to see those guys, 1 and 2. All right, as we exit the pits, let's wait for that lineup. And look at them go. Exceeding, I think that's what, 60 miles an hour right there? Let's find out. I'm kind of curious. Oh yeah, definitely exceeding 60 miles an hour. We have Curtis Yancey leading the pack, followed up by Willie Evernham. Oh, both of them dropping into the pits. That is going to give the number 73, Kevin Foster, the lead. And he is holding it strong, doing 70 miles an hour, and definitely keeping up. All right, we did jump into this race a little fast. Got off work, hopped on here, but want to thank our broadcast sponsors for tonight. That's going to be Critical Hit Bass Lures. Don't forget to check them out. They have an Instagram, and if you need any information about them, please reach out to me, and I'll do my best to get you their information. They don't have a website up yet. And then also Southern California's Nautilus Media Systems. Definitely appreciate the support from those guys. Helps me pay the bills. and allows us to have a nice, enjoyable broadcast. All right, lights are still going. Kevin Foster staying out. Oh, nope. Kevin just wanted to lead a lap. Dropping in. Pit strategy is key, so setting yourself up for whatever run you're going for is going to be key. I don't know how much fuel these guys are going to be burning off. Probably next caution, I'll try and bring in one of the drivers and talk to him a little bit. But if I do talk to him, I know some of the drivers are listening, and they might they might give away their pit strategies, so I don't want to do that to them entirely. So we'll just have to see how it goes and how everyone's going to run out the race. And to Josh Billiter, it's not the My Bad report, it's the Bummer report. All right, so on this restart, Robert Mathis and Nick Nickerson going to be our 1-2. Connor Sawyer and Carl Handwerk our 3-4. Pace car's off. Restarts on Robert. And the green flag is out. Mathis with a nice clean start. Nick Nickerson, ooh, looks like a little bit of a misshift. Carl Handwerk on his rear. Coming into turn one. Can they keep it clean? Let's drop back. Carl Handwerk taking the inside on Nick Nickerson, and looks like the number 4 of Trey Ellis also going to get around Connor Sawyer there. Decides to stay out just a little bit. And there we go. Turn 3 and 4. Carl Handwerk still looking to the inside. Oh, the number 29 gets sideways, drop down into the number 4, and he is gone. Oh, looks like Trey is driving with a hood in his face. Let's see if we can actually see that. Yeah, definitely a dangerous situation. Oh boy, hopefully he makes it to the pits. Let's get over to a quick caution report. All right, ladies and gentlemen, to the Critical Hit Pass Lures caution report. And here we go. Keeping our eye on the number 4 as they drop down. Oh, the 29 just clips him in the front. Both tired. Oh. And then his hood should just pop up. Yep, there it is. Boom. And I am blind. I don't know. Man, that's pretty awesome. I like the new damage models for these cars. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a Critical Hit Pass Lures caution report. Hopefully Trey Ellis is able to get that damage repaired, and hopefully they're able to at least staple or duct tape that hood down. I don't know if that's the best option. I might maybe weld it. Can they weld the hood down? Is that allowed? Thanks, Josh. I really appreciate it. All right, so let's look at the lineup before we get to that restart. Carl Handwerk up in front. Nick Nickerson in second, Connor Sawyer in third. Oh, looks like we have a new entry. I must have missed him. We have the number 200. That's going to be Tyler Rowland, Rowland. Running in fourth, Matt Crockett in fifth, Curtis Yancey in sixth, James Healy in seventh, Garrett Hall in eighth, Tony Hilbrands in ninth, and Zach Hillman in 10th, and that's going to round out our top 10. All right, looks like some drivers are going to be staying out. That was a quick round into the pits. What a race so far. I'm waiting for a little bit of a longer run. I want to see what happens between Nick Nickerson and Carl Handwerk. If we're looking at their times, they're hundredths of a second off. Like, it's close. We're looking at a 30.944 and a 30.990 for their best laps. Their average lap times have been pretty decently close. And the other one that I would say really has a chance to knock these guys out of the water has been Tony Hillbrands. I think he's been running faster laps than both Carl and Nick. He just didn't have the draft last time, so he can pull himself back in. So once he gets up there, he should be able to keep it. But definitely a lot of guys in the 31s. So we got 3 pretty much outliers right now, speed-wise, and then everyone else kind of in the same ballpark. So it's technically anyone's game. Not too much of a difference. So I wouldn't count out anyone just yet. Ladies and gentlemen, the lights are off, which can only mean one thing. We're going to get the green flag. Oh, yeah. Alrighty then. So it looks like Carl Handwerk taking the outside, Nick Nickerson on the inside. It's going to give him the advantage if he can nail the restart. Looks like Connor Sawyer also on the inside with Tyler Rowland on the outside in the number 200. It's going to be a tough one for these guys. All right, here we go. Coming out of turn 4. Carl Handwerk goes for it. Green flag is out. Nick Nickerson keeping up with them as best he can. And we are entering into turn 1. Carl Handwerk, Nick Nickerson up in front. Nick trying to reel him back in, followed up by Tyler Rowland and Connor Sawyer. I think I see a 3 wide in the back. Nope, that's going to drop off a little bit. That was Yancey and a couple other drivers getting close to a 3 wide situation. Yancey getting around Terry Condas. Nice clean pass, but will Terry bring it back to him on the next corner? Nope, looks like he's going to go ahead and drop behind. Working our way up the field. Looks like probably about the 3rd pack built down the line. Number 10 is going to be Matt Crockett leading it. To his outside is going to be Garrett Hall. Oof. Getting a little loose there with Willie Evernham. Let's go ahead and jump over to him. Willie Evernham with some speed behind him. Definitely getting a little loose out of that corner. And I see 3 wide. That's right. Kevin Foster on the outside. To his inside is going to be Trey Ellis and Matt Crockett. Kevin Foster doing a great job riding that outside, getting ahead of both drivers. And another 3 wide coming up, I think. Nope, they're going to go and drop behind each other. Good job, Kevin, for getting around that situation. The number 56 of Connor Sawyer catching the wall. That's definitely going to slow him down. riding along with Tony Hillebrands right now as he is doing his best to close that gap. He's fast, but he's got a lot of distance, and I think he's going to need another caution or a good pit strategy to get himself up to the front, because right now I don't know if he can reach out that far with the draft. From what I've seen, not really. I don't think these guys punch too big of a hole, so he's definitely going to have to work hard on timing his pits and getting himself out to the front. Up in front, still Carl Handwerk, Nick Nickerson. Nick Nickerson dropping off just a little bit. Tyler Rowland trying to close that gap, and then Tony Hillebrands also doing the same. But looks like we have a little bit of a battle breaking out between Connor Sawyer and looks like Zach Hilleman. Kevin Foster on the outside of that, looking for his opening. Is he going to find it? Kevin Foster doing his best to kind of just, be patient. Don't push the subject. He definitely had a shot to try and get around these guys, but he would have gone three wide. Oh, no, and we have contact. Oh, man, what a bummer. Caution is out. Let's get over to that Critical Hit Bachelor's caution report. All right, here we go. The number 56 just swerves out in front of him. Oh, Kevin tries to adjust, and he gets hooked. I think that was the number 6. Nope. Who caught him? The number 13 of Garrett Hall caught his back end when he made a small wiggle. Man, what a bummer. Luckily, we're not at the halfway point, so he can definitely work his way back up. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a Critical Hit Bachelor's caution report. And we are back live. Looks like some guys are hitting the pits. Let's see if we can bring another driver in. Ladies and gentlemen, went ahead and brought in one of the drivers out on the track. It's going to be the number 10 of Matt Crockett. Matt, how you doing tonight? I know you're riding a little bit, mid-pack right now. How's the race feel for you?
Right now, it feels for me, first few laps are kind of loose on freshies, but kind of burns in a little bit, probably about 2 to 3 laps, and then kind of just riding right now, a 100-lap race, still got, 57 to go, so plenty of room, plenty of time, just relaxing, riding in and out.
Yeah, I know you sent me a message. It's your mom that's watching, right? I went ahead and gave her a shout-out, but I figured you'd want to say something, too.
Yeah, her and my dad are watching down in Tucson, Arizona. My dad works for the Corps of Engineers for the U.S. Army, so
awesome.
Good supporter of the military, our family, and love and miss him.
Definitely appreciate his service, and thank you for tuning in. But other than that, coming up on the race right now, I know we're probably about 1 to go. But quick question: when do you think about making your move?
Honestly, the cautions are playing out as they are. Hopefully, we get a long green going, get maybe probably one more stop in. I got 34 laps right now with fuel left, so hopefully maybe 1-2 more, maybe play some strategy, a 2-tire stop or something like that.
Yeah, looking at how you've been driving, I think you definitely can get yourself up, another couple positions easily before another caution comes out. So just keep her solid, man. You got it.
Thank you so much, Moose. I appreciate it, and thank you for everything you do, bud.
You got it, man. Thank you, and good luck out on the track, man.
So much.
All right, there we go, guys. Once again, thank you, Matt Crockett, for being out there, and thank you for tuning in to his parents. Let's see some racing. All right, so before this restart, looks like Hillbrand's able to work his way back up. He's gonna have Nick Nickerson leading the pole right now, right behind him, Carl Handwerk, and also sticking to it, Tyler Rowland. Nice run. He's been holding on strong. Nick Nickerson with the launch. Clean getaway. Into turn 1 we go. Looks like Hillbrand's driving up. Carl Handwerk able to get under him. Going into the back straight. Can he complete that pass? He has done it, but look at that. Tyler Rowland also looking up. Nope, he's going to drop in behind him. Tyler was... Sorry about that. Got something stuck in my throat. I'm going to say Tyler looking for that pass, but decided to back off on that one. Looks like, oh, and another caution is out. Uh-oh. Let's go find out what happened. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Number 88 of Bennett Allen coming out of turn 4. Just comes out a little too hot. Back end steps out on him. Tries to drive it down. Oh, then comes back up. Oh, misses. Bill Harkins and Terry Conda's coming to a screeching halt right in front of him. Oh, Bennett trying to get his plane under control. And looks like he was able to dodge as many people as possible. Luckily, those guys are keeping an eye out for him, too. For anyone that doesn't get the yoke jokes, Bennett Allen, for a short period of time of racing, actually flew with a flying yoke. Raced with a flying yoke. Did a pretty decent job, but he's got an actual race wheel right now, so definitely improving his game out there. Let's get back to the live scene. All right, we are back live. Looks like we have another scramble. It's going to be Nick Nickerson, Carl Handwerk, Tony Hillbrands, Zach Hillman, Trey Ellis, Connor Sawyer, Curtis Yancey, Matt Crockett. Look at that, moved up a spot. Moved up a couple spots, went from 12 to 8. James Healy, Bennett Allen, Kevin Foster, and Garrett Hall. Oh, man. We are crossing that halfway point. sad to say we've had a couple cautions, but it happens. You know, now that we're no longer everyone on the same set of tires, everyone's kind of splitting it up, trying to pick their lines, trying to pick how much fuel they want, or how fresh of a set of tires they need. Everyone's going to be at a different game level now. You got to, especially with these long races, you got to play your own game. You know, a lot of it is strategy. It's not just racing up in the front. It's, you know, timing your pits. A couple of the people that, you know, I attest to having really good strategy, you know, you can see up in front. You know, I've seen them race before. Nick Nickerson, Carl Handwerk. Another person, Kevin Foster, and then a driver that I miss having in the booth, but also miss seeing on the track is Mike Campbell. That's a driver with some strategy, especially when it comes to long plate racing and some of those road courses. He's definitely a guy you want to keep on your team because he'll run extremely consistent, and it's almost like clockwork with him. Like, you're talking deviations of maybe a hundredths of a second on each like lap, and then his pit strategies are usually timed out very well. So, you know, some people out there that just have a knack for it. Alrighty, lights are off. 1 lap to go before we are green, green, green. Yeah, there've been some tough drivers out there, but Kevin's sitting in 10th, so he's working his way up. Same with a couple of the other drivers, so I'd keep an eye out on him. I think Kevin's really playing to a strategy tonight. Once again, we're only halfway through. If we know the number 73, or usually runs the number 8 out on the track, you'll see that move in the last 20 laps, and that move will be smooth. You won't notice it. You'll just see him pull up into 4th, and you're like, oh, hey, look, Kevin Foster's here. The party has begun. So we'll see if we can do that tonight. And here we go. Pace car is off. Nick Nickerson with a great start there. Looks like Carl Handwerk's back end just spun out on him just a tad bit. And it looks like they're going to split the field. Zach Hillman taking the outside. Oh, nope, he's dropping him right behind Nick Nickerson, using that little bit of that apex. Tony Hillbrand's pushing up into Zach Hillman, driving him to the outside line. Look at that, keeping it nice and clean. Watching his spacing, that's very important with these cars. Like we've seen before, just a little bit of a touch, and they'll step out on you. All right, looks like Curtis Yancey is looking for a pass on Trey Ellis. Can he get it? Coming into turn 1. 53 laps down, or sorry, 54. Oh! Did Connor Sawyer just slap into the wall? I believe so. I think we just saw Connor Sawyer slap into that outside wall, turn 1. Definitely a little bit of a pile up in the back pack right now, or mid pack right now. Both Connor Sawyer and Robert Mathis going at it. Kevin Foster looking for that opening, but being careful. He's seen these guys drive before, and they get a little close sometimes, and you got to watch your spacing. Kevin Foster getting a foot away from the outside of Connor Sawyer there. And it looks like we are getting a clean pass out of him right now. Kevin Foster, clean pass around Connor Sawyer. Working our way up the field. Looks like Matt Crockett trying to reel back in Trey Ellis. And up in front, let's go check out with the leaders. Nick Nickerson and Carl Handwerk. Nick running away from Carl right now. He is putting some distance between these guys. Oh, and Carl has caught the wall. And there we go. Some more time dropped. Oof, that's rough. All right, I think we're going to see a battle between Trey Ellis and Matt Crockett. We'll see how it plays out. Looks like we have a spun car in the rear, and the caution is out. Let's get over to that critical hit Bass Lures caution report. All right, here we go. Hate to say it, but the number 73 driving his line into turn 1. Comes in a little too hard, slaps the outside wall, glued to it like a magnet. And then Bennett Allen giving him a lift. Definitely not what Kevin needs right now. Oof. Tried to recover it, but now I definitely needs to go into the pits and get a fresh car. That's a bummer. And ladies and gentlemen, that was a critical hit Bass Lures caution report. All right, back to the live scene. Number 51 up ahead. That's going to be Curtis Yancey, and right behind him, Willie Evernham. It looks like Kevin Foster able to get himself back out on the lead lap. I don't think he went in for a repair. He's going to go ahead and stay out. That might have been a smart move. He might just need to ride it out, but he might also just try and get on the lead lap and then drop into the repair just in case he drops in behind. Just coasting out right now. Going to go ahead and ride along with Nick Nickerson. Gotta love the GoPro camera on his helmet. Gives us some great views. Thank you, GoPro, for that. We'll go to the second one in his cockpit. Right there on his dash. Got to thank GoPro for all these sick cameras placed around his car. GoPro's new peel and slap technology is amazing. You just peel off the sticker, slap it onto the side of the car, and boom, you got a camera. GoPro, if you want to sponsor me, please do so. All right. So far, we've seen a pretty good race. We are 40 laps away from the checkered flag. We do have a possibility of 2 green-white checkers. So if this does go under caution before through the finish, we will see 2 green-white checkered, or up to 2 green-white checkers come out before we will finish under a yellow. But so far, Willie Evernham up in front, followed up by Nick Nickerson and Carl Handwerk. So definitely excited to see what Willie can do if he's going to stay out in front of these guys. right, looks like another driver dropping into the pits. Now just waiting for those lights to turn off, and we'll get ready for that green flag to drop. And there we go, 1 to green. You know, sitting here thinking about the race, you know, honestly, looking at everyone out there, we do have Nick Nickerson, Carl kind of standing out, leading the front of the pack, but everyone else is, even those guys have made mistakes. So definitely, I think it's really anyone's race. And there we go. Green flag is dropped. Nick Nickerson with a great start. Carl Handwerk doing a good job keeping up with him. Look at that, into turn 1. I think we are going to see these guys side by side going through turn 1. Yep, that is correct. Clean exit. Definitely want to see into turn 3. Here we go. Matt Crockett having Robert Mathis get around him, but hopefully he's got a rebuttal for him with that mid-pack. Oh, man, these guys are tight. And Nick Nickerson drop. Oh, contact! Oh, no. Carl Handwerk, let's get that on a replay because Carl driving his line up just a little too soon. Nick not lifting. Carl thought he was clear. Man, that's a bummer. All right, here we go. We're going to get this on a slow-mo for you. Oh, no. There we go. And going to get a little closer so you guys can see what happens. Carl drives his line up. No clearance between him and Nick. Boom, catches him. And sends him going, gone. Nice shot of the undercarriage, or of under the hood right there. But oh, also scoops up the number 4. And the number 16. Is there any more damage that can happen? Oh, man. Everyone doing their best to dive their way out of there. That right there was a critical hit past the loose caution. All right, back to the live scene. Carl Handwerk's Joker graphics have seen better days. He's got a bumper hanging off and a hood that is barely on. That was rough. That, kids, is what happens when you don't check head spacing. A little bit of a joke there, but no. In all honesty, that's a hard position to be in. It's a little bit of a racing incident. Nick didn't really have to lift. Carl did drive his line up, but he did take a faster line coming down to the inside and then came up on him. So it's one of those things where it's a little bit on both guys out there. But he thought he was clear, and Nick thought he was clear too. I know both those guys wouldn't turn each other intentionally, so definitely just they thought they were just driving it really close. It happens.
You got me, Moose.
All right, sorry, had a little chat with the race director, and I went ahead and got some information from him. What actually happened out in track is Nick was blinking, and he disappeared off track. Carl thought he was clear, went up, and then we had a collision. I didn't see that. I had a solid connection, but everyone else saw him blink out. So Nick Nickerson is getting an EOL. He's getting an end of the line just because of the situation that came from that. It happens. But there you go. That is the full story. Sorry, it took a little long, but we're just kind of going through everything and making sure that we had we had all the right information before I came out and told you guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's roll through the lineup. In first, we have Robert Mathis in the number 29 on his inside. That's going to be second place. Number 10, Matt Crockett. Right behind him, Kevin Foster in the number 73. And also Tony Hilbrands in the number 92. That is our top four. And if we run down the line just a little bit more, we have the 93 of James Healy. Zach Hillman running in 6th. In the number 3, Carl Handelwerk in 7th. In the number 18, Garrett Hall in the number 13 and also riding in 8th place. Oh, looks like he just moved up to 7th. He's just going back and forth with them. And let's see, Curtis Yancey running in 9th. Willie Evernham running it right on his outside. Bill Harkins, Connor Sawyer, Nick Dickerson riding in the back, and then Terry Condas following up. Same thing with Trey Ellis. But the lights are off, which can only mean one thing. We are going to see some racing. So let's watch the pace car drop off and the green flag drop. And we are green with 30 laps to go at Kansas. Oh, this is going to be a close one. Like I said, 20 to 30 laps. Look at that. Kevin Foster is sitting in 3rd. Where did he come from? I don't know. But he's there, and he's ready to fight. Kevin Foster with a good run on the outside of Matt Crockett right there. But it's going to send him into... Oh, contact with Carl Handwerk, and I think that was the number 56 or 51 of Curtis Yancey. Oh, and possibly a 3-ride situation with Zach Hilliman, Carl Handwerk, and Yancey there. What is going to happen? A little bit of shaking up, but definitely some good driving by all those guys out there. All right, back to the front of the pack and what's going on. Kevin Foster fighting for 1st and 2nd right now. Oh, coming up to the number 29. Hilbrands finds an opening. 3 wide into turn 3. What is going to happen? Kevin Foster pushing up just a little bit. Mathis able to get his nose around him. Is Kevin going to drop in behind Hill? Nope, he's going to hold his line. Look at that. And then Zach Hillman right behind Matt Crockett. Carl Handwerk also driving up on the outside of the inside of Matt Crockett. This is a tough race breaking out right now. Zach Hillman doing a good job lifting there, but oh no! Matt Crockett catching the wall. That is going to drive him back. Hopefully no accidents roll out. Matt Crockett getting dragged all the way back to 14th place by the wall. That is a bummer. And the battle up in front, Robert Mathis and Kevin Foster going at it. And look at that, Carl Handwerk and Tony Hilbrands. This is it. This is the sprint to the finish. Everyone should be on a good fresh set of tires and a good amount of fuel. They should be able to finish this race on with a full green flag run. So it's up to these drivers now to keep it clean and to keep it going. All right, so our 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to be Robert Mathis, Kevin Foster, Tony Hilbrands, and Carl Handwerk. Let's look a little bit to the back of the pack. 5th place. Oh, caution is out. Oh, man. I jinxed myself. All right, let's get over to that Critical Hit Bass Lures Caution Report. All right, we got contact. Let me go ahead and roll it back. And here we go. Keeping an eye on Zach Hillman. He is not the cause of it, but he gets scooped up. Willie Evernham gets into the side of the number 51. Oh, rides the wall up a little bit, comes down, and he goes spinning. Oh, tries to dodge the accident and gets pushed up. Oh, man. That is tough. Looks like we scooped up 4 drivers on that one. What a bummer. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a Critical Hit Bass Lures Caution Report, and definitely a critical hit indeed. Ouch. All right, drivers staying out on the live scene. We have the number 91 of Willie Evernham. Sorry, I had to think for a second. The number 13 of Garrett Hall and Bill Harkins in the number 11. They'll probably be pitting because we saw everyone hit the pits. So I'm kind of curious to see what happens. All right, while we're under caution, just a quick shout out once again. Our broadcast sponsors are Critical Hit Bass Lures, Caution Reports, Critical Hit Bass Lures, and Southern California's Nautilus Media Systems. Definitely appreciate their help. And then also thank you to Bill Harkins for hitting me up about this race. I am proud to be broadcasting the championship race of the Bullet Racing League. All right, out in the field right now, Garrett Hall still leading the pack. Bill Harkins in second. Robert Mathis and Kevin Foster 3-4. Nick Nickerson and Tony Hillbrands in the 5-6. Oh boy. And then right behind them, riding on 7th is Carl Handwork. We have a mean fighting machine out of all these drivers. This is gonna be good. I'm excited. We're probably going to be dropping off in about 2 laps for the green flag, so that's going to put us, a little bit under 30. Getting ready for that 20 range, and 20 laps to go, man. That's when the gloves come off. It's going to be a tough one. These guys are going to be racing really hard with each other, trying to just get that position. As we've seen, it looks like it takes about 5 laps to set up a pass on someone, unless you're really close behind them. So they definitely have to work at it. But even passing it, we've seen it mainly on the straights. Sometimes they'll take the inside line and try and get around them, but you really have to drive hard and try and, push that guy, out of his area or side draft him a little bit just to slow him down. But it's definitely a tough one to pass. A lot of clean passes, but setting it up with 20 laps to go is going to be a little bit of a tall order. Tad bit. Bill Harkins deciding to lead the pack. That is a bold move. So the battle between Robert Mathis and Nick Nickerson, last time was Robert Matheson and Kevin Foster. We've had actually a couple drivers go toe with Robert Mathis, and he's done a really good job of fending them off. He doesn't have the fastest time, but I think he drives a nice defensive line, and that's been able to hold these guys up. Now, with Nick Nickerson and Kevin Foster both lined up behind him, that's probably going to be a little bit, a little harder to play defense for, but I think he can do it. I got hopes for him. He's been doing a good job. Nick Nickerson is on the inside, so he has to get the jump on him and drop down in front of him and really defend that inside line away from Nick Nickerson. Nick will then probably try to take the outside, side draft him a little bit, slow him down, and bring him back into Hillbrands and Kevin Foster so you can get a little racy with each other. But hey, what do I know? I just sit up in the booth. These guys are all setting up their strategies in their head and getting ready for this last 22 laps of the Bandit Racing League Championship race at Kansas Motor Speedway. All right, here we go. Exiting turn 4. Pace car will be dropping off. Flag up in the air. And we are green tonight. The number 29 with a great launch. Nick Nickerson dropping down low on that apron, trying to keep pace with him. Slides it up. Nice, clean move. And into turn 1 we go. Looking for that pass. He's got the speed. Can Nick complete the pass? He is slightly ahead of him. Coming into turn 3 and 4. They're going to go side by side. Oh. dancing with the devil a little bit. Carl Henwick also dropping back. Looks like him and Hilbrand's got a little close, probably lifted, trying to dodge it. Nick with a nice clean pass around Mathis. Followed up behind him is Kevin Foster looking for that run. But Hilbrand's, don't count him out, man. He's hot on his tail. Coming across the finish. Everyone looking clean out there. Nick Nickerson with a strong lead. Kevin Foster working his way up to second. And the 29, a little bit of a pile up there. Looks like the 51 had a great run, but has nowhere to go. All this speed, but no room to gallop. Oh, nope, he finds an opening going to the inside of Tony Hilbrand's. The number 51 is going to be Curtis Yancey. And Robert Mathis also looks like able to hold off Hilbrand's. Carl Henwick now setting himself up for a run. As you can see, these guys side drafting and slowing themselves down. Carl's going to go ahead and tuck in. Hilbrand's closing the door on him and taking the opportunity for himself, trying to get around Robert Mathis. That is a close race. Oh, Mathis getting a little loose out of that corner. Back to the action up in front. Yancey running away with it. Hilbrand's trying to reel him back in. Carl Henwick going toe-to-toe. I was going to say going around, but no, he's toe-to-toe with Robert Mathis right now. He's also trying to make that jump, but looks like he is riding that outside line. Kevin Foster almost a second behind Nick Nickerson. If no cautions come out, this is Nick's game up in front. Kevin Foster most likely will finish second, but Curtis Yancey, Tony Hilbrand's, Carl Henwick, and Robert Mathis, I think all are in the running for that third place finish. They are there. They just need to keep driving the line. Hilbrand's reeling his way back up to Yancey. Kevin Foster dropping back. Looks like he might have collided with the wall a little bit. That's going to cost him, oh man, 2 positions. And with 14 laps to go, that is that's going to be tough. Going to go ahead and jump over to Kevin Foster. Yeah, it definitely looks like he caught the wall on the outside. But he should be able to bring it back. He's been fast. Side by side with Carl Henwick. A battle for fourth. They really want to catch up to Hilbrand's, but I think he's got it in the bag. Uh-oh. Yancey getting loose, coming out of turn 3. Hilbrand seeing that opportunity and diving it in on him, taking the inside line. As we come to turn 1, he's going to go ahead and push him up a little bit, trying to get a little bit of a side draft. Oh, Tony with a great run, but dropping off. Kevin Foster, this is his opportunity to shine. Swings around Hilbrand's. Looks like Carl Henwick also looking to pile in on that one. As we come out of turn 3 and 4. Hilbrand's coming back out, diving down low, trying to rebuttal both Carl and Kevin Foster and catch up to Yancey. Third place is the battle tonight. Kevin Foster and Tony Hilbrand's in fourth, fighting over the opportunity to challenge the third place driver. This is going to be crazy. Oh, looks like Carl also stepping up to the plate. Kevin Foster with a run on Yancey. Can he get it to the inside? He's on the inside with a clean run. Gets around him. Nope. Has to lift and drop speed. Oh, nope. Looks like Yancey colliding with the wall, dropping down low. 3 wide, going across the finish with these drivers. This is insane right now. We're looking at 10 laps to go, and these guys are just gunning for that position. What a battle between all these drivers. Kevin Foster up in the wall, dropping. That's going to drop him back behind Tony Hillbrands. Hopefully, oh, no, he is going. Let's check. Oh, yeah, definitely lost a lot of speed there. He's going to drop behind Terry Condas, and the caution is out. Oh, man. What? What was going on there? That was some amazing racing. Whew. All right, let's go see what happened with that caution. I'm curious. Let's queue up a Critical Hit Bass Lures caution report. Oh boy. Who is that? All right, we got the driver. Now let's get to the action. Oh man, that is a bummer. Okay, so here we go. Watch the number 29, Robert Mathis, driving his line. Kevin collides with the wall, drops down. Oh, catches the number 29 and sends him to the infield. Oof. That's gotta hurt. And that is going to be our Critical Hit Bass Lures caution report. And ladies and gentlemen, we are getting close to that checkered flag. And by close, I mean we're real close. We are 8 laps away. We're going to have to pace. They've already paced 1. We're going to have to pace 2 more. That's going to drop us at 5 laps to go. And we all know 5 laps to go is it's going to be a brawl. Least I can say. Looks like Carl Handwerk and Terry Condas staying out. Willie Evernham behind him, and also Garrett Hall. So let's see who comes up to play. Let's see who comes up to bat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we are getting ready for that 1 to green. Had to do a quick pit stop and pick up for the finishing laps a nice cold and refreshing Busch Light. That's right, Busch. I'm also looking for a sponsorship from you guys. Please reach out. Definitely could use it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. This has been a great race. A lot of heavy hitting towards the end. Some pretty good driving. pretty good. I'm just kidding. Darn great driving for these guys. They've been doing such a good job. What a battle. And let's see what happens with these last 5 laps to go. Let's look at the lineup. So we have some guys that decided to stay out. We have Carl Handwerk, Terry Condas, Willie Evernham, and Garrett Hall as our top 4. Followed up behind them is Curtis Yancey, Tony Hillbrands, James Healy, and Nick Nickerson. So that's the next 4 guys behind those guys. That's gonna be man. I think that the 8th place has a chance to work his way up in the last 5 laps. Oh, nope. Looks like we're going to go with 4 laps to go. Caution still holding. That was my miscalculation. Sorry about that. Caution is still holding. So that's, I think the top 4 are going to be what's going to be there in the last battle. Anyone past that, unless a bad accident happens, I don't see that changing up the lineup. I think we are set in our ways, folks. We are old fogies, and we're not changing. So this is definitely going to be Carl Handwerk, Terry Condas, and Willie Evernham and Garrett Hall are going to have a run for it. Maybe Tony Hillbrands. We've seen him drive up the line pretty fast, but Nick Nickerson is kind of deep in there too. I don't know. Well, the restart is going to really it really depends on the restart. It's going to be hard to call, but definitely Willie can play some defense. So I don't see him letting these guys trying to pass him that easily. Nope, Willie dropping into the pits. Oh, come on, Willie. I cracked open a bush for you. You letting me down, son. You let me down. All right. Well, that changes up a lot. Tony Hillbrands definitely has an opportunity now. Nick Nickerson also has an opportunity now that slot opened up. Oh, boy. Oh, gosh. We'll have to see what happens. Oh, yeah, and then Matt Crockett just slid up into 8th. Yeah, Matt Crockett's also in the running for it, too. This is going to be a good one. Now, if anyone is in the chat and you want to throw out your quick pick, I would say anyone in the top 8, throw up a quick pick. Who do you think is going to win? My money is going to be on the underdog. The one-handed wonder Terry Condas running that Ford Credit. Quality, care, and service. Number 32. I want to see him get a win. All right, pace car is off. Tension's rising. Carl Handwerk gets on the gas. Green flag is down. Terry Condas and the number 51 of Curtis Yancey trying to reel him back in. This is a dash for the finish, and he is gone, gone, gone. And there we go. Carl Handwerk with a nice lead, but that should change up. Tony Hillbrands, let's look at the back of the pack as these guys make a ooh, Tony trying to thread the needle, but backing off on that one. Good call. Nick Nickerson saying, I took the better line. Taking the inside, getting around the number 13, going for the number 93 now. Terry has a little bit of a problem. He's got to defend against Nick Nickerson, and Nick is going to play him like a fiddle, I think, so we'll see what happens. But you never know. Terry sometimes surprises us. I have high hopes for him. Reeling him back in. Terry Condas looking for that pass. Let's go ahead and jump over to his on-car camera. Nick Nickerson drops to the inside. Getting close to him for that side draft, and I believe he just cleared him. Nope. Terry Condas fighting back. There you go. Don't let him go. Up in front. Oh, and another caution is out. No, we are going to a green-white checkered, folks. Oh, man, what a battle. Terry Condas playing great defense against Nick Nickerson. Hats off to that. He had me. He had me wishing and dreaming, and what a run. But this is going to change it up again. This is, oh, look at that. Okay. Let's just run through the lineup before we go through and check out what's going on. Carl Handwerk, Curtis Yancey, Terry Condas, Nick Nickerson, James Healy, Connor Sawyer, and look at that, in 7th, Kevin Foster. Kevin Foster worked his way up again. With a green-white checkered, Anything can happen. Oh no, Terry, what are you doing, Terry? Driver till she dies, man. Come on. All right, looks like we have a lot of picks for the number 18. I think that's probably going to be your safe bet, but with Nick Nickerson sitting in 4th, I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens. I know the championship is locked up for Carl Handwork, but for tonight's race, I'm still putting my money on Terry Condas. I'm hoping and dreaming, but I think Nick Nickerson probably has a better shot of getting around him. Curtis Yancey's been doing a good job, but I just don't know if he has the same. I haven't seen him race enough to give an honest opinion on it. I've seen him 100 laps. He looks good out there. He can ride with the guys in the front, but I haven't seen him making a lot of the moves. The moves have been coming from Carl Handwork, Nick Nickerson, Tony Hillbrands, Kevin Foster, even a couple moves from Connor Sawyer back there, and Matt Crockett made some good moves. And then also Robert Mathis made some really good moves. So those are the guys that I've been keeping an eye on. Terry Condas, he's made a couple moves, but not as aggressive as some of the other guys we just named off. So those are the guys that I would probably keep an eye on for an opportunity to work their way up the field. But Tony Hillbrands is all the way down in 12th. So that's, unless another green-white checker comes out, I don't think he's gonna be in the running now.
Abby.
Alrighty then, that was race command, or race control coming down and talking to me. Sorry, I had to step out right there, but just giving me the order. He wants me to pull in the finishers and then the champions. So let's see what happens. Oh, man, I haven't seen a green-white checkered in a while. I'm excited. I've missed green-white checkers, to be honest. Even though they do make the race go a little longer, they are super exciting. You just pretty much see people like it's like chaos. It's just pure chaos. You don't know what's going to happen. Sasquatch could just appear out of nowhere. That's how chaotic green-white checkers are. It's a mad dash. Oh man. Well, folks, it's getting close to that time. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in and sticking with us. I really appreciate everyone out there. Please don't forget to subscribe and like if you want to keep up with the racing action. I know I don't stream Bullet Racing League all the time, but definitely when I have an opening and Bill wants to reach out to me, I will definitely do my best to make it. I know he runs a little earlier, so I have to make a mad dash from home to catch up and get everything ready. But I was able to make all my overlays and get it all going, so if I ever have an opportunity, I will definitely be out here broadcasting Bullet for them. But with that being said, let's get to some racing. And once again, thank you guys, and thank you to all the racers. If you are rewatching this, shout out to you guys. You did a great job, and you guys are putting on a great show. So let's finish this off strong and have a good time. Two by two, we cross the line. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the green-white checkered. We'll turn up the music a little bit, get the tension going. All right, Carl Handwerk in first, second going to Curtis Yancey, Nick Nickerson sitting in third, and Tarek Khanna's in fourth. Ooh, Connor Sawyer and also the 93 of oh no, it looks like of James Healy also up there. Ooh wee, this is gonna be a good one. Pace car's off. Ladies and gentlemen, we are green tonight with 3 laps to go. With the green-white checkered. Carl Handwerk with a launch off the bat. Nick Nickerson trying to run him down. Looks like Curtis Yancey also dropping in behind him, and Terry Connos is getting lost in the dust. Come on, Terry, get back up there. Curtis pushing as hard as he can, trying to catch up to Nick Nickerson and maybe take away that second spot, but Nick Nickerson is eyeballing Carl Handwerk. He is doing his best to reel him back in with 2 laps to go. This is going to be a close one. Diving down to that inside line, getting as much speed as possible as we get ready to cross into turn 1. Up in front, Nick Nickerson coming up side by side with Carl Handwerk. And he gets around him. Can Carl do a rebuttal? Carl playing defense against Yancey. Nope. Yancey going to get around him. Coming into the final lap. This is it. Nick Nickerson in the lead. Contact between Carl Handwerk and Yancey. Oh, and they go spinning. And the finish is going to be Nick Nickerson in first place, Yancey taking second, and Carl Handwerk taking third. Let's get that on a replay. I want to see what happened between those 2 drivers, because I feel like something dirty happened out on the track. Just a little bit of a hunch. So we're going to roll it back a little bit and find out what happened, because I feel like Yancey just swung at Carl. Not pointing fingers, but... Oh, yeah, it kind of looks like it, but well, I'll let you guys be the judge of this one, all right? Let me see if I can get a better angle. I want to make sure we get the closest angle to this as possible, because this is a close call. All right, here we go. Here's the replay. Coming out of the corner. We'll take it on slow-mo. So, Carl Handwerk comes down a little bit, contacts Yancey. Yancey's swerving a little bit, drops in the apron, catches, pulls up, cleans Carl. Oh, he does a Paul Butler and finishes backwards. Look at that. And then finishes in second. Oh, man. I feel like Yancey came back up on him on purpose. I don't know. I that's me probably being a little bit biased, but definitely. Oh, man. What a finish. That was awesome. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a Critical Hits Bass Lures Caution Report, but let's jump over to the finish. Nick Nickerson out there celebrating, Carl Handwerk, Kevin Foster, and Willie Evernham. Looks like everyone piling in on that one. Great job by all the drivers out there. They drove hard and they drove as clean as possible. A lot of accidents were just from simple racing mistakes. What a run. Congratulations to Nick Nickerson. Let's drop the results once again for tonight. First place, Nick Nickerson. Second, going to Curtis Yancey. Third, going to Carl Handwerk. Fourth, Kevin Foster. Fifth, Terry Condas. Sixth, James Healy. Seventh, Robert Mathis. Eighth, Matt Crockett. Ninth, Garrett Hall. And 10th, going to Tony Hilbrands. What a run. All right, let's get these guys into the booth while we get ready to do the full line of finishes. Ooh, what a race. Oh, man. Whew, I'm breathing a little hard because that was awesome. Oh, what a run. Great job out there, guys. Oh man, even to some of the other racers that didn't finish in the top 4, Matt Crockett had a great running out there. He definitely had an opening to make his way up. Robert Mathis also solid run out there. Good job. I know he got into it a little bit a couple times, but definitely a good job out there. And then he got cleaned by Kevin Foster that last one, but Kevin was able to work his way up, and it just Mathis couldn't continue. James Healy, unsung hero, raced in the top 6 pretty much the whole race. Solid run. That Valvoline kept him going, Havoline kept him going very well. So I definitely fill up my tank with that. And then also Garrett Hall did a good job, worked his way up and down the field. And then Tony Hillebrands, man, bit the big one on that one. He definitely was one of those guys you wanted to keep an eye on for, and then just couldn't continue it through just due to racing incidents. Oh man, that hurts. All right, let's get these guys up into the booth. Ladies and gentlemen, I have our third place finisher, and we'll talk about it later. The number 18, Carl Handwerk. Welcome to the booth.
Yeah, buddy, I'll take it. I mean,
Whew.
you know, it was a fun race. It was a fun race. That's. I mean, there was a bunch of cautions, but it was still fun. You know, Kansas is just, it can be a bear, and the wall can just, you know, suction cup you right in there. So it's you're always kind of driving on the edge, especially riding that top line. But yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, like we've heard in the Christmas story, you know, you can shoot your eye out, but definitely that wall will end your race, as we saw a couple times with some of the drivers catching it. Dude, what a run. That was honestly, that was super intense. The last 20 laps, you guys were doing a great job racing toe-to-toe. I know you and Nick got into it a little bit. It looked clean on my side in the sense of Nick was there and you just drove up into his line, but everyone was telling me it was a netcode and he just disappeared and you came up. But, you know, I think you're lying. I'm just kidding.
Well, no, you know, Nick always drives me like an asshole, so I figured I'd...
Hey, watch your language. This is a friends and family broadcast, so just, you know.
All right. Nick always drives me like a butthole. And, no, honestly, I mean, he blinked a little bit going down the front stretch, and I sent it into one, and I actually watched him in my rearview mirror as I slid up in front of him, and then, like, as soon as I got in front of him, it, like, Nick coded and jumped him, like, kind of into my back end and hooked me over to the right. So
yeah, it looked clear, but it just, I didn't want to take it.
Which it's weird, especially for him, because he's you know, you never have to worry about internet issues for him. So for him to be blinking a couple times, I don't know, maybe his cheat codes were blinking out there. And
well, he does have a Game Shark, so he probably tried to glitch you out there.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
I know you hear us talking about fucking, or God, my bad.
I
let it slip. Oh, shoot. I apologize to everyone, but you always hear us talking about electronics, so, you know, my bad, everyone. No, but honestly, Carl, great race out there. You know, I was talking with Bill a little bit on the side, and, you know, Nick was kind of in a good place for a run. Is there anything you would have done to maybe play some defense against him?
No, I mean, it's I took a little bit of a bad line. I forget if it was in 2 or 3 where he gained a bunch of time on me, and I kind of had to back it up a little bit, and that's pretty much what sealed the deal for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he was on fresh tires. I was on tires that were 18 laps, you know, older than his. So it was most likely going to be a matter of time. But I figured, you know, with a couple green white checkers, I may still have a shot at it, and I did. And even if I didn't make that mistake, I think it would have been pretty close. But I think he would have still been pulling off. But yeah, either way, I mean, it
was a hell of a race.
It was a championship season for me. So, you know, if I got to take third to Nick in this last race or second, you know, depending on what happens here, because I may have a little bit of a protest after this, but it's either way, it's a top 3. It's top 3. I'll take it.
Well, hey man, you finished like Paul Butler, so you definitely can't argue with that. It's definitely a good way to finish.
Ouch. But, now, before I go though, I just want to thank Bill for putting this on. It was definitely a good season. Thank you, obviously, for putting this broadcast on. I think it's well deserved. Bill does a lot for the league, as well as Matt Crockett and all the admins in here. They do a lot for this league, and they're changing names, kind of going back to the original name Ish. But it's definitely a series to check out. Definitely check it out starting in September. I think it's September 2nd is their first race with Bandit Reloaded. It's definitely a good series for any drivers out there that are looking to join a series that's going to be good, fun, and competitive. So just want to put that out there.
Yeah, and for anyone out there that doesn't know too much about them, honestly, a lot of the Bandit races and Bullet races, they're almost all green flag runs. This one's a little bit of an oddity. You guys usually put on a great show and a good run, and can usually finish the race on with maybe 1 or 2 cautions. Tonight was a little tough because it's Kansas and you guys were hauling the mill. But yeah, hats off to Bill. He puts in a lot of work and effort, and honestly, I love broadcasting for you guys. You guys do a great job out there, and especially Bill. He's always a good person to be working with. And definitely glad to be here for the championship. Really appreciate it. And Carl, great job on that 3rd place finish. And let's get Curtis Yancey up here and talk to him about a 2nd place. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2nd place finisher, the number 51, Curtis Yancey, I believe. Was that correct?
Yep.
Awesome. I've been getting it right. I usually butcher names like no other. So, dude, what a run. You've been racing up in the top 5 for most of the race. You and I know Robert Mathis were going at it for a while. And then, you're holding your own in that finish. What was going through your head for most of that race?
Yeah, early in the race, it was mainly looking at the point situation, trying to figure out where to put myself, benefit myself most in points. I think we did that perfectly all night, except for earlier in the race where we had a few penalties. But other than that, it was just mainly figuring out what the point situation was, putting myself in the best spot, getting the most points that I could.
And now, so I'm going to ask you a little bit of a controversial question, but I think it's I got to ask it. So coming into that finish, did you decide to drive up into Carl, or are you definitely just trying to get under control? Because I know Carl came down on you a little bit. So no problem with a little bit of payback there.
Oh, no. Earlier in the race, he kind of raced me. Not the best. He had the championship wrapped up 2 races ago and still decides to drive like he doesn't know how to race. And make an excuse over the radio saying there was a car that was outside when he wants to door me halfway through the race, which was complete and utter crap. But hey, we edged him out at the finish. That's all that matters. You don't get points for finishing 2nd at lap 60.
So a little bit of a heater race. It happens. That happens towards the end. But yeah, no, good finish towards the end. Either way, you guys are going to be in two or 3. So definitely a tough battle to the finish, and way to stick to it, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you have anyone you want to say thank you to or shout out?
Really, just my team, H&M Motorsports. We ran pretty consistent this entire year. I think we finished 2nd, 4th, 5th, and like 12th or 13th. And we had a guy that ran only a few races this season who finished like 20th in points. But if there was a team championship, I'm pretty sure we would have that wrapped up. Just thanking the teammates for advice with setups sometimes earlier in the season with races. Couldn't figure out how to drive the track and car properly. Gave perfect adjustments with the steering ratio, the brake bias, and everything.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, good job out there, man. And I believe we'll be actually having you up in the points. Sorry. Kevin flooded the photos. Give me 1 second. Yep, I'll have you up here in a second, so just go ahead and mute your mic, and we'll bring in the next guy. Ladies and gentlemen, our 1st place finisher, the number 85, Nick Nickerson. Dude, Bill and I called it. We saw the lineup for that last run. We're like, I think Nick's got a good run on Carl. It's so hard to be in 1st and have to defend against someone in 3rd or 4th with that run. They can get off one of those corners.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Carl did, I think, hit the wall a little bit coming out of 2.
Small touch.
And that's pretty much the only way you're going to pass a guy like him on a track like this. So that played out well for me because I thought I was going to win this if it went green. And like lap 80, I think a caution came out like on 89 or something.
Yeah.
I was pretty bummed about that, but fortunately kind of came back around, and I was lucky enough to be up there in place to grab the win.
Yeah, it was actually quite an up and down race for a lot of the guys in the front, looking at Carl, Curtis, and you, and a couple of other drivers. You guys were up and down that field left and right.
I know.
So it was like 1 second, I'm like, oh, they're doing great, and then I'd see you guys all drop down. I'm like, oh, they got to work their way up the field again.
Yeah.
So definitely a very emotional roller coaster out there, but a good finish and some good rough driving. I don't mind seeing that towards the end.
Yeah, this track is just tons of fun to drive, but it's not really the easiest to race on.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of turns into a single car, like a single lane track once your fresh tires are burned up. And all you can hope for is the guy in front of you makes a mistake and you can pass him on the inside on one of the straights. But that being said, this was actually quite an eventful race.
Oh, yeah.
I had tons of fun. I had no idea what was going to happen most of the time. I was just kind of winging it, And then apparently, I guess I had some kind of issue. I guess I blinked out. I thought everybody.
I didn't see it. Where's the glove?
And I think I actually hit Carl because we were talking about it in the corner, and I glanced up to my latency thing bar, and everything was just fine, and then kind of lost concentration. I think when he came up, I hit him in the back.
That's what it looked like to me. It looked like he just didn't lift, and the spacing was just all wrong. But at the same time, it looked like your car had about like 6 inches of a gap. So I think it might have been a little bit of a net code.
Yeah. For me, it wasn't. Like, it was spot on contact in my replay. But it could have been something on iRacing server because I really don't think it was me. Because I actually thought everybody was joking around. Like, hey, you're blinking. Expecting me to pull off to the side or something.
Yeah, and also something that I've been noticing with these new car models is sometimes they when they take damage and then they repair them, sometimes it stays where the damage is. So that might have been an issue. You might have had some bumper damage, and your bumper on the right side was a little farther out than the left.
Maybe, yeah.
Because he cleared your left side cleanly, and it was the same distance, and then he comes up to your right and it hooks him. So it could have been just some model damage that was not being displayed.
Yeah, that could be, but fortunately both of us were able to rebound off that.
Yeah.
Early enough, so didn't ruin anybody's race, and man, that was just tons of fun.
Yeah, it was. It was awesome.
Always like to steal one on the last lap, especially against Carl.
Yeah, right. Just snag it away. Even though you have the championship, I'm taking it away. Oh man, what a run, man. Well, thank you for putting on a good show out there. I know a lot of the drivers also did so as well. But do you have anyone you want to shout out?
And Bill, and this is such a fun league, and I can't think of enough for putting it on. He didn't really. I don't think he charged this. Actually, I think there was a fee this year, but well deserved, man. He just does such a good job, and it's so much fun. And everybody that races week to week. I mean, this is what league racing is all about, and it's just a blast every single Wednesday. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I totally understand that. And you guys put up a hell of a finish. It was awesome. But man,
yeah, man. And of course, thanks for putting on a broadcast for our final race, man.
No problem. I was luckily able to make it home in time.
Yeah.
Well, I looked at my watch. I got to run home.
Yeah. And no rolling blackouts.
No rolling blackouts, even though they did announce another warning. Thank you, California.
Yeah.
So I'll eventually get hit by them, just not today.
Right.
Oh,
cool, man.
Well, great job again, and hats off to you. But it's time to pull up into the booth our top 3 points finishers. Nick, I'll talk to you later and see you on Sunday.
All right, man. Take care.
You got it. Ladies and gentlemen, the third place points finisher for this championship is going to be the number 73, Kevin Hollywood Foster. Kevin, welcome to the booth.
Oh, pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Dude, watching you through that whole race was an emotional roller coaster. You and a couple drivers. You had such good runs, and then there'd be like one section you catch the wall, and you drop back all the way to the rear again, and then work your way back up to the front again. How was that for yourself out on the track?
Well, for me, it sucked. I was doing everything I can to keep Curtis in my rearview mirror, and I was hoping I was going to be further up there towards the end of the race. I made a few mistakes tonight. I'm not happy about that part, but it's racing. Stuff happens, and congrats to Carl and Curtis. And it was a hell of a season. Just me and Curtis, we got to figure out how to get more bonus points, because you take the bonus points away, it's a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Finish on the points.
Got to work on those bonus points.
Hats off to Carl for spanking us every weekend and week out.
He'll get his comeuppance. Don't worry about it. This is just the we've all. I know you guys have been racing with Carl for a little longer, but this has just been the first year. We're coming up on the second of all this racing and getting it together. So as we grow and race together, we will get closer and closer in times. So I have no doubt to see you guys start whooping his butt coming this year when we get into some more racing. So
yeah, I hope so. And he had 5 wins this season.
6, actually.
6 wins. He had 135 bonus points. And he did everything he had to do each and every week to go out there and pull away with the lead. And like Curtis said, the last 2 races, he had it locked up. And there's nothing we could have done. But, so get better and try to put him in our rearview mirror each and every week.
Yeah, and that's that just takes time and effort. I know Carl's a tough one to beat out there, but I know you've beat him before, and a couple of other drivers have. So it's not something you can't do. And coming into the next season for you guys, I think you're doing Bandit Reloaded. That's an opportunity to take him on. Definitely pick your battles, play the points, and that's how you win the game.
Yeah, the Bandit Reload is going to be interesting. We're moving to the Cup cars for the first time in this series.
Oh.
And it's going to be...
That's going to spice things up.
No fast repairs on some tracks. So it's well worth it. So, but, overall, heck of a season. Thank you to Bill for putting everything on. And, came up a little bit short this year overall. I'll take it.
Yeah, 3rd place is nothing to scoff at, man. You drove hard and did a great job out there. So pat yourself on the back, and let's get ready for another season.
That's it, brother. Just want to thank everyone that supports me, my mom for watching. Thank you for tuning into the broadcast. Wife downstairs, all my friends and family watching all over, and we appreciate it. And thanks for Death by Moose Media for putting us on and getting us on TV so everyone can enjoy.
Yeah, I'm glad to broadcast you guys' championship race. I know I had an opening, so I figured Bill hit me up, and I figured I'd fill it with you guys because, hey, I love watching you guys race, and Bill puts on a great league, so definitely a good time. Win-win.
Win-win. All right, guys, I'm out of here. If you guys are thirsty, make sure you get some Sueno de Otso tequila. It's the best stuff.
All right, man. Thank you for coming up here. Good job, and I'll see you. I'll see you around.
Bye, buddy. Appreciate it.
You got it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, back to Curtis Yancey up in the booth. So, Curtis, 2nd place. Looking at the points right now, like Kevin said, if you take away the bonus points, you guys would have been a lot closer to Carl on everything going on. Now, going into Bandit Reloaded into the next season with the Cup cars, do you think that's going to be more of your wheelhouse, or you're definitely going to have to work a little bit harder with the Cup cars? Because I know they're a little tough to drive.
Yeah, not sure yet if I'm going to be driving or just crew chiefing for my team. But I think the Cup car will bring a different challenge in the Arctic car, more horsepower, more downforce, run faster. Hopefully people realize that and not drive like over their heads or anything.
Yeah, that's a good place to be and to support some drivers. Do you think maybe, are you not familiar with the Cup cars, or Is it more of a just kind of taking a step back and trying to help your teammates work their way up?
I know the Cup car is pretty decently. Not my favorite car. My favorite car on iRacing probably is going to have to be the Super Late model, but complete different ends of the spectrum with those cars. But the Cup car is still fun to drive. Also, just helping the team out. I feel if we get a strong guy to help all of us out, I think we could definitely take on Carl.
No, that's a smart move. Yeah, work on your team strategy and build everyone up, and then come back at it again. I think that's a good move into the next season, and definitely something you should work on.
Yeah, hopefully that's the plan. Either crew chief and help those guys with setups and stuff, or hop in the driver's seat. Hopefully finish one position better than we did this year.
Yeah, I think you can do it. You drove pretty good out there, and I think if you get another teammate to help you out, maybe play some defense or help you work up the field a little bit with some drafting, it's definitely possible, especially in those Cup cars. So, man, congratulations on second place in the championship series, and good luck coming into the next season of Bullet Racing, or Bandit Reloaded.
Appreciate it.
You got it.
A fun fact that I think should be brought up. I believe entering this race, if we took away all bonus points, I believe, according to my not-so-great math, I believe I would have been 5 points behind Carl if there was no bonus points.
Ouch.
Yeah,
that's close.
Kind of stings a little, but
well,
I feel
that's also a small lesson to be learned. For anyone out there that we're gonna go on a little bit of a rant. Winning a race isn't the only thing. Getting bonus points and playing the game is also a very smart tactic. So I'd take a little bit of a note out of Carl's Handworks book and play the game and get bonus points, because those will save you in the long run. So that's also something to work on with your teammate, is scrape up as many bonus points as possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, man. Congratulations, and we'll see you around.
Yeah, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the booth with us is our championship finisher, the man with the most points, the man that scooped up all the bonus points. Like a hungry hippo, he just kept eating them up. Carl Handwork, what a run.
Yep. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I came into the season and was looking to just, kind of have some fun and run with some of these guys. A lot of these guys are good guys. There's definitely some bad eggs in here that just have attitudes, but we weed that out pretty easily, and yeah, I mean it's fun. It's fun, regardless if I'm winning the championship or not. It's fun racing with these guys. So like I said before, I appreciate everything Bill does, but I mean, yeah, I feel like I had a good car just about every race, and definitely. Even in this race here, I mean, points championship or not, I'm going to stick it out there for a win.
Yeah, no, definitely a good option. I want to kind of focus on the bonus points. What was bringing home the money? What brought home the cheddar? What bonus point was really bringing it in for you?
Well, I mean, I'm always putting myself up front there. So leading the most laps, right there is 10 bonus points. And if you can grab the pole on top of that, it's a heck of a good points night already, regardless of where you finish. So, I mean, me from other series, you go for the bonus points as much as possible. And, it's sometimes you finish fifth and you have more points than the leader, depending on how the series is set up. So, it's, you got to take advantage of it. You got to play the game. And you got to collect as many bonus points and as many, wins and everything, whatever they can, present themselves. So I'm gonna try and do that at every point.
That's a smart move, man. I would do the same. As you know, both of you and I have talked about it. Winning the race isn't the only thing. Winning those, or scooping up the most points and finishing the season strong is definitely what counts. And that's something we try to really hit home with a lot of the drivers. Is you got to play the game for what it is.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm gonna race hard the entire season. There's no letting up. I mean, if I'm not gonna go out there for the win, what's the sense of showing up? So
Yep.
For people that think I'm just gonna come out there and ride, yeah, you're sorely mistaken. So yeah, that's good. But yeah, I'll definitely enjoy this win. Definitely wish Kevin would have got second place in the points. I think he was definitely deserving of second place there. But
yeah, he was driving hard the whole race. He definitely deserved it if he made it up there.
Yeah, he made a little mistake. I think a little bit too late in the race, and still came home with a fourth place. So that's good for him. Yeah, like I said, sucks. I think he was probably the second best driver in the league here, but it worked out. He got third at least.
Yeah, good run. Well, man, I just not much to say. Bill, do you have anything you wanna say to Carl for being the points champion?
Oh, what an awesome champion to have. Carl's a great guy. Drives hard, never gives up. No matter where he is on the racetrack, he can be 3 laps down and he'll still run you like he's running for the lead. So I'm very happy to have Kevin represent us at championship this year.
Kevin?
I'm sorry, Kevin.
Oh, wait, we got the wrong guy in the booth. Let's kick him out. Let's get Kevin up here. Sorry, Carl, it's being taken away from you right now.
At the same time we're talking, I'm trying to police a little bit of aggravation and stress in the room. So I apologize.
No, it's okay.
First Nick drives me like a butthole, and then Bill treats me like a butthole. Man, this is a rough night here.
Carl, people just don't like you.
No, it's all good.
Leave.
All good, buddy. Yeah. Apparently that's what it is. Yeah. Well, listen, I know one person that does like me, and that is Kelly. I want to thank you for constantly rooting me on there. Whether you're Kevin's mom or not, you can you be my adopted mom and keep rooting for me.
Oh my gosh, yes. Shout out to her for showing up to every single broadcast. Thank you, Kelly.
Yes, and rooting for me almost every time. Love it.
Oh man. Oh, you brought tears to my eyes.
What I do want to say though is, really thank you to everybody that's been in this league this year. We've had a total of 43 people that took points this year, and I do appreciate every single person that's been here. The good, the bad, the uglies, and the champions and the non-champions, all alike. I really want to thank Moose for stepping up with basically 3.5 hours to make this broadcast happen. So I nothing but great words for Moose. Moose, thank you very much. It was awesome to have you back here with us again.
No problem. And, I enjoyed it. I know it's a little bit of a one-off, but honestly, like I said, I really enjoy your guys. I enjoy your league that you put on. You put on a great league, and to be able to sit down and watch the championship race, especially if I have nothing going on, I'm down. Let's do it, because it is always some good rice. It's always some good rice. It's always some good racing, and I honestly really enjoy it. And I know a lot of the drivers out here already, and I've seen a couple of the other drivers, and I know you guys have a stacked field, and it's a lot of fun to see these guys go at it.
Yeah, and like I said, earlier, this isn't the end. It's not going to be bullet racing next season, but Bandit Reloaded, any drivers out there that are looking to join a league, definitely check it out. Any fans out there, make sure you check it out. Even if the race isn't broadcast here by Death by Moose Media, I know there's definitely some guys in there that either put it up on Twitch or put it on different avenues. So
yep.
Make sure you're looking to got to get involved and watch the racing if you can, because it's usually some pretty good shows out there for sure.
Yeah, no, can't agree more. Well, Bill, I'm going to give you the last words for tonight. So, go ahead.
Actually, we just lost
Bill.
Bill.
We just lost Bill. Oh, silence. The last words. Pure and utter silence. All right, well, we'll let him deal with what he's got to deal with. Carl, great job. Great race. Everyone out there that's still tuned in, thank you so much for staying in and sticking for these interviews. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. Carl, I'll see you on Sunday. And with that being said, I hope everyone enjoyed the race. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And then also thank you to our broadcast sponsors, being Critical Hit Bass Lures and Southern California Nautilus Media Systems. And with that being said, I'll see you guys later.